Now, all the items you need are listed below at the website with all the cuts, measurements, and links to where you can purchase these items. So this part's totally optional, but I decided to go with a bold backsplash for my spice rack. I chose a diamond checkered pattern with alternating white and gray squares. You can totally leave it plain, paint it one solid color, or even leave it that natural wood finish. Go step by step on how I created this look. First, I measured 8 inches from the bottom and 8 inches from the side, and then taped it diagonally, and then you just want to continue all the way down across the board. Now, once that's done, you just want to do the same thing on the opposite side to make this crisscross pattern. So I just painted the gray. It's more like a metallic silvery kind. You can kind of see the sheen on it. It's not fully dried yet, but I'm going to paint the other squares or diamonds white. So I just painted the rest of the squares white, and now I'm going to wait for it to dry and then peel off the tape. Now this is after the tape has been peeled off and everything's dried. Now you want to paint the lines black. In order to do so, to get those sharp, crisp lines, I like to place tape across the edges and then paint in the middle, and that gives the smoothest cut line. Now this is how it looks after it's done. Now you want to spray the frame, which is all the white primed pieces. I just use spray paint. You can use regular paint, and after you're done, after everything's dried, that's how it should look. So there's two options of how you can build this shelf. The first one is what I'm going to show you in this video today. It's mostly for my 4-ounce spice jars, which I have quite a few of, so I needed quite a few shelves. That's what the 5-inch shelf is going to hold. The 8-inch shelf, the two that you see afterwards, are mostly for canned goods. They hold most varieties of canned goods, and then the last one will be for larger items such as sriracha bottles or pasta bottles or marinara sauces, just big items that you don't want getting lost in your pantry. The second diagram is for normal everyday use, mostly just 8-inch shelves for most canned goods, and then the last one could be for larger items. Now, for the first 7 shelves, I measured 5 inches and then drew a line with the permanent marker straight across both of the 64-inch long side boards. And then I measured 8 inches for 2 of the shelves, and then the last shelf is a little bit over 1 foot, like 12.4 inches. Now, you want to make a mark for where the dowels will go and where you're going to drill the hole. I made a mark 1 inch above the shelf line and then 1/4 of an inch from the sides. Now you want to continue making these dots all the way down each shelf, and you want to do it on opposite sides of the 64-inch long boards. Now, using a drill and a 7/16 inch drill bit, you want to make a hole where you marked it for the dowels, and you want to make the hole a little deep, but not too deep that it goes all the way through. So you're going to take 2 of the 29.5 inch long boards, also the ones that are used for shelves, and attach them together using wood screws, or you can even use wood glue in between. And then you're going to attach the casters. The casters have little holes. I just put 1 on each side because that's sufficient, and it'll roll. I put 4 on one side and then 4 on the other. So you want to attach one of the long boards to the side of the plank. I changed out the casters later in the video because they worked better for me, but here you can see how the long 64-inch side piece is attached to the bottom. Now you want to start attaching the shelves. You have already marked where each of the shelf is going to go with the lines. Now you want to start attaching the shelves to the long 64-inch side board, and make sure once all of the shelves are attached, then you can attach the second side 64-inch piece. And you want to make sure that wherever you drill the holes for the dowels, they're aligned properly. Now that the frame has been built, you want to attach the back to the sliding pantry, and remember to attach it to the opposite side of where the dowels are. And now to attach the long 31.5 by 64-inch long board that we painted on the other side, I marked where the shelves were and then screwed in some wood screws on each shelf, just so it doesn't bow once the canned goods and all the pantry items are placed inside. And I think I went a little bit overboard, but just wanted to make it secure. And no one's ever going to see the back, so that's why It's a little bit spotty where the spray paint was done, but if you use a regular paint and roller, it'll probably be a smooth finish. And the last thing you want to do is add your pull-out handle. You basically just attach it to the side. It's pretty easy. I kind of messed up a few times, but once you mark it, it should be pretty easy. And then you can have a handle to pull out your shelf. And then putting in the dowels is super easy. You basically just plug it in where you made the holes. And this is why you wanted to make it on the opposite sides. It's super easy. And if it doesn't fit, all you have to do is make the hole a little bit deeper. Just make sure you don't go all the way through. And it's finally built. This is how it looks in the end. And the best part is that it's rollable. It won't stand up on its own, but it's okay because it's gonna go besides the fridge where it'll have the support of the back wall. And then all you have to do is add all your items. I'm gonna put all my mason jar spices and then canned goods and then fill it up. And this is how it looks once it's all filled. These ones are the 8-ounce mason jars, and then these ones are the 4-ounce mason jars, and each row fits about 10 of the little ones. And if you guys want to see how I created these organization for my spice jars, the tutorial is up on my blog. This I'm so excited to try. It's blueberry infused Icelandic salt. Super cool. But anyways, this is chalkboard stickers and then chalkboard ink, and then you can just basically wipe it off and reuse them.